I'll go through later. So just to begin this morning, find yourself in a nice, comfortable seated position and close your eyes. And we'll just spend a few moments just focusing in on our bodies, just checking in with yourself and giving yourself these few moments just to see where your body's at. Just wherever you are in your seated position, just see if you can lengthen that spine, lengthen the neck. Allow the shoulders to drop. Let the eyes be nice and soft. And just allow the breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Today's session is focused on flow. So just going with the flow, going with your body. If you feel like taking the pose somewhere different, then just go for that. You can use my guidance, but feel free to just explore your body, explore the space around you. Go with the flow, be free. We'll just do a little body scan, checking in with ourselves and just noticing if anything feels particularly achy or stiff this morning. Just giving it an extra bit of attention as we go through the body. And taking your thoughts down to the tips of your toes, the soles of your feet, heels, your ankles, legs, knees, your thighs, hips, your glutes, bone muscles, your lower back, round into the front of your belly. Trace your breath and awareness into the center of your belly and round into the top of your back. Shoulders into your chest, back into your shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers, your thumbs, and trace that awareness back up your arms and into your throat. Round into the back of your neck, and the back of your head, and the top of your head, forehead, eyes, nose, mouth, your jaw. Trace the breath and awareness round into your temples, into the top of your head and out. And keeping your eyes closed, let's inhale, take our arms up towards the ceiling, bring the palms together, exhale, bring them down towards your heart center. And again, inhaling the arms up. Palms together, exhale, bring them down towards your heart center. And one more time, inhaling. Palms together, exhale, let them rest at your heart center. And we'll begin our class on an Om mantra. You can join in or just listen. Inhaling through the nose. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Enjoy your practice this morning. Going with the flow. So we'll just take a little bit more awareness into that breath. So we'll just kind of focus on that again for a little while longer. Just connecting with the breath really more than anything. It kind of helps us through, not just through our practice, but the idea of working on breath exercises is to allow you to bring that into your everyday life. So when you're feeling the strains or stresses, you can just take a moment, just focus on your breath. So if you want, you can close your eyes, or you can keep them open. Just bring one hand onto your chest and one hand onto your lower belly. Allow the shoulders to drop. And just continue that breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And I'm going to encourage you to continue that kind of breathing all the way through your practice this morning. And just noticing if there's any moments where you want to open your mouth and breathe through your mouth. Just see if you're able to close it and continue that breath nice and light, nice and easy, in and out through the nose. And just now applying a little bit of pressure onto your chest. Imagining that breath is bypassing the chest and coming all the way down into that lower belly. Feeling it like a balloon on the in-breath. And as you exhale, let the breath go. You just feel that belly go in towards the spine a little bit. And just see if you can make your breath even lighter, quieter, almost as if you can't hear it. Nice. And you can release your hands. Great, let's take the shoulders to the ears and then just let them go. And again, shoulders all the way to the ears. Squeeze, squeeze, and then release. And again, shoulders to the ears and release. Taking the chest forward and then taking it back. And you can follow that with a breath. So you can inhale, bring the chest forward, and then exhale, take the chin in towards the chest. Just in your own time, in your own rhythm. And then if you want, let's take that movement into some circles, bringing that chest forward and then taking it back. And you can keep this movement slow, or you can speed it up, and whatever feels good. And then taking it in the opposite direction. Starting to loosen up that back. Great, bringing that to a stillness. Let's just take the arms all the way up. And then bring them down. So just thinking about lengthening those arms, stretching out the fingers, and just taking that movement up and down. And then let's just bring them out and then take the wrists in some circles in one direction and then the other. Really lengthening in those arms, lengthening in the spine. Let's take the fingers to the ceiling and then to the floor. Point to the ceiling and then to the floor. Nice. And let's give a little twizzle. If you want to take one arm out in front, palm to the ceiling, and then just give those fingers a little stretch back. You know, not too harsh, but just to kind of stretch out that wrist. Bring that shoulder down away from the ear. Again, give a little twizzle, change hands, palm to the ceiling, and then pull those fingers back. Bring that shoulder down. Great, and just give that little twizzle. Beautiful. We're going to go on our backs straight away. We're just going to free up those hips, free up those legs. So you kind of got a few choices really. But just bringing one knee into the chest, opening it out to the side, and then lengthening. So you're just doing some little circles. Well, not little circles, but big circles with those hips to start with. And then just free that movement up with that right hip or left hip, whichever one you started with. You're just taking it in opposite directions. And maybe you want to just do some kicks into the air. Just kind of exploring that space. Like, whereabouts can your leg go? How far can it go out? How far can your hip go? Using the palms on the floor just to kind of help support that movement. And keeping the breath flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then changing for the other leg. So again, just begin nice and gently, bringing the knee into the chest, open it out to the side, lengthen. Just doing a few circles with the hips first. And then freeing that movement up. Playing around with your space, just sort of listening into your body. Like, where does my hip want to go? Where does my leg want to stretch? And then you can keep doing single legs, or if you want to just involve both of them at the same time. So again, you're using the palms of the hands flat on the floor to help support the lower back. Maybe you want to do some little bicycle kicks or some little scissor kicks. Maybe you want to just throw both legs back or behind you. Maybe you want to swim those legs in one direction and then the other. Or just throwing them around like you just don't care. Let's just take that movement a tiny little bit further. So let's involve the arms. You can just stretch yourself out like a cat in one direction. Maybe you just want to roll slightly, stretching those arms out. Again, just be mindful about your space. Maybe you want to bring your hands on your feet, like a happy baby type pose. And you don't have to move so much, but if you really want to get dynamic, you can. Maybe you want to bring your hips off the floor. Twist over to one side and then the other side. And then if you want to have a little explore with the little rock and rolls, so just rolling up and down the spine. Maybe you want to propel yourself into a little squat. And then, whatever you're doing, just then bring yourself into a tabletop position. So just checking that your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. Spreading those fingers, pressing the knuckles into the floor. Top of the feet, just press those into the mat or to your carpet, floor, whatever you're on. Let's do some cat-cows. Inhaling, taking that gaze up to the ceiling, and then exhale, tucking the chin in towards the chest. Just opening that chest, flexing that back out. And you can just stay doing your nice little gentle cat-cows, or you can free it up into your little crazy disco cat. So sitting back on your heels, swimming through those elbows, bringing the weight slightly forward over the wrists if that feels good. Keeping that breath flowing in and out through the nose. And then just pressing, just bringing yourself to a sort of stillness. Again, spreading those fingers, pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. Just lift those knees up. Squeeze your belly in towards your spine. Squeeze your bum muscles, those glutes. And then put the knees down. I'm just going to do a nice little balance, so extending the right arm and then the left leg. And just lengthening. Again, drawing that belly button towards the spine. Lengthening in the arm and the leg. Beautiful. And then release. And change to the other side. Stretching out that left arm and the right leg. Again, draw that belly button in towards the spine. Lengthening the neck. Really nice. And then release. Let's tuck the toes and hang in a nice ragdoll. Nice deep bend in the knees. Just give the head a little nod. Make sure you're not holding tension. Give it a little shake. And again, what you want, whatever you want here. Some little twists. Keep still. Maybe give yourself a nice hug. Reach round towards your shoulder blades. Great. And then we're going to work our way up to standing through the spine, making sure your head is the last thing to come on top. So bend those knees and stack the spine. And when you're at the top, just stay there for a moment and enjoy that moment of good alignment. And then just make your way to the front of your mat, or just make sure you've got enough space behind you. We can do some sun salutations. But just paddle through those feet, massage those toes, press the tops of the toes into the floor a little bit to massage that. Stretch out the top of the foot. Maybe have a little walk over there on your heels, just for fun. Or on the sides of your feet, or on your tiptoes. Maybe have a little bit of fun going off balance just for a moment. And then whenever you're ready, just bringing yourself into your mountain pose at the top of your mat. Toes touching, heels slightly apart. And just work your way up through your body. Your mountain pose strong, nice and powerful, grounded but tall. So squeezing those glutes, little micro bend in the knees if you need. Drawing that belly in towards the spine. Shoulders back, chest open, neck nice and long, arms active. You're lengthening those arms. Squeeze those bum cheeks. Nice, really good. You can smile. We're going to go in for some sun salutations. So inhale, taking your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor, shoulder width apart. Step back into your plank. Bring that bum down. Bring the weight forward over the wrists. Squeeze the glutes. Draw the belly in towards the spine, just holding that plank just for a minute. Maybe rock back and forth on those toes. And then if you need to bring those knees down, bring the knees down to help support yourself. Keeping the elbows tucked so they're going behind you. We're going to bring the chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale, up dog. And again, just holding your up dog. Perhaps you've got your hips on the floor. Maybe you're lifting those hips off so it's just the tops of your feet. Whichever one works for you. Opening that chest. Let's tuck the toes for your downward dog. And then just having a little walk around in your down dog. Just paddling through those feet if that feels nice. And just checking that your hands are shoulder width apart. Spread those fingers. Really press those knuckles into the floor. Looking at your feet. Ideally, you want them hip width distance apart. Pressing the heels towards the floor. Not worrying if they're nowhere near. Just enjoying that lengthening and stretching in the legs. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And squeeze those bum muscles, those glutes. Draw the belly in towards the spine. Great. Inhale, take your gaze towards your hands. Step your feet as close to your hands as you can. Halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. Arms to the ceiling. Exhale, release, mountain pose. Just reset yourself up. Toes touching, heels slightly apart. Squeeze the glutes. Belly in towards the spine. Shoulders down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back into your plank. Set yourself up, bring that weight forward. Squeeze the glutes, knees down if you need. Chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. And again, don't be afraid to move your feet. You don't have to stay glued if the position doesn't feel right. I'll always encourage you to make your own corrections and be your own teacher. Looking at those hands, spreading those fingers, shoulder width apart. Your feet hip width distance. Tucking the chin towards the chest. Squeeze your glutes. Inhale, take your gaze towards your hands, step or jump, feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, release. Let's go straight in for another one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands. Step or jump back into your plank. Bring that weight forward. Knees down if you need. Chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Tucking the toes. Exhale, downward dog. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Just see if you can make that breath really light, really quiet, even if it's just for a moment. Nice and easy. Beautiful. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands. Step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway left. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, release. Just get your breath. Mountain pose, toes touching, heels slightly apart. Just roll those shoulders back. Squeeze the glutes. Draw the belly in towards the spine. We're going to go for another round of sun salutations, but we're going to add some mountain pose, some warrior poses, and a few other bits. So let's begin by inhaling. Exhaling, bend. Squeeze those glutes. Bring the knees together if they're not. Extend those arms out for your chair pose. And just breathe here. Allow those shoulders to drop. Let's do a twisted chair to the right. So bringing our left elbow over that right leg. Palms together, in towards the chest. Gaze to the ceiling. Bringing that left knee back in line with the right. Always has a tendency to try and pop out. Nice. Bringing those hands down to the mat, stepping or jumping back into your plank, your chaturanga. Bring the weight forward, squeeze the glutes, knees down if you need to, chest down, chin down, inhale, up dog. Tuck the toes, exhale, down dog. Let's step through with the right foot, warrior one. Draw those hips around. Really take your time to set yourself up in your warrior one pose. Make your corrections. Take a little look at that leg. 90-degree angle. Look back at your left foot. Make sure it's pressed into the mat. Lengthening in this leg. Bringing this chest, these hips round towards that knee. Arms up, shoulders down. Let's open into warrior two, bringing these hips round the lengthways of your mat, keeping that nice 90-degree bend in the knee, arms long, gaze towards the right fingertips. And then reverse your warrior. So just flipping that right arm over the head. Lengthen it or keep it curved. You can keep the left hand on your leg or bring it round your back for a little bind. And then let's cartwheel the arms round, down onto the floor. Stepping back into your plank. Bring the weight forward. Knees down if you need, chest down, chin down, inhale, up dog. Tucking the toes, exhale, down dog. Let's go on the opposite side. Step through with the left leg. Warrior one. Again, take your time, set yourself up. 90-degree bend in that knee. Drawing these hips round, pressing that right foot into the mat. Lengthening those arms. Shoulders down. And breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Great, opening into your warrior two, bringing these hips round, bending into that knee, nice 90-degree bend, lengthening those arms, gaze towards the left fingertips. Draw your belly in towards your spine and keep breathing. And then let's reverse that warrior. Just taking that left arm over the head, rounding the arm or lengthening it. Again, keep that leg on the arm on your leg, or bring it around your back for a bind. And then let's cartwheel the arms around and down, stepping back into your plank. Again, set yourself up, bring your weight forward, squeeze your glutes, knees down if you need, chest down, chin down, inhale, up dog. Tucking the toes, exhale, down dog. Move your feet if you need to. Hip width distance apart. Hands shoulder width apart. Regaining control of that breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Inhale, take your gaze towards your hands. Step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway left. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale for your chair pose. Lengthen those arms. Continue that breath. Let's do a twisted chair to the left. So right arm over to the left leg. Arms together into the chest. Gaze towards the ceiling. Bringing that right knee back in line with the left. Nice. Extending and lengthening back into your chair pose. Shoulders down, squeeze the glutes. Coming all the way up. And release. Nice. Let's come back to the front. Toes touching, heels slightly apart, back into a mountain pose. We're going to bring our arms up. Arms together. Interlace the fingers. And if you want to extend the two first fingers and cross the thumbs over, you can. Lengthening those arms, drop the shoulders. And really focus on squeezing those glutes. We're going to lift up and then take a little stretch over to one side. Trying to open that chest towards the ceiling as opposed to down towards the floor. Coming up and then taking over to the side. Again, just being mindful the chest isn't going towards the floor, but you're opening it as if towards the ceiling. Nice. Coming up and then just opening that chest now towards the ceiling. Little mini back bend. Not too much. Really squeeze those bum cheeks. Really nice. Releasing the hands. Stepping into your bit of a wider pose. So hip width distance apart. We're going to forward fold. We're bending those knees. Allowing the body to come forward. Taking the first finger and the middle finger. I'm going to clasp. Hook around the toes. The big toe. Rounding those wrists. So making sure they're not coming in towards each other. But they're rounding out towards the outside of your foot. Nice deep bend in the knees. Give that head a nod. That's right, just make sure it's nice and loose. And then keeping that contact with your chest and your belly on your legs. Just start to lengthen those legs. Straightening them up just a little bit at a time. If you start to feel your body coming away from your legs, just bend them again. And breathe into that stretch, really taking your time, not worrying if your legs are nowhere near straight, but just keeping that contact, releasing the toes, and let's put the palms of the hands underneath the soles of the feet. Nice deep bend again in the knees. Give the head a nod. Really nice. Just give it a little shake. And same thing. Just with each out breath, just lengthening the legs just a fraction at a time. Try squeezing the glutes just for a moment to see what difference that makes in the back of the legs. Releasing the hands, nice deep bend in the knees again. Same thing as before from the ragdoll. Just bring yourself up through your spine, allowing the head to be the last thing to come on top. Again, just give yourself a couple of moments just to not get too much of a head rush. And we're going to do a nice little balance. We'll do tree balance, but we're going to free it up a bit. So I'll mirror you. Let's plant that left leg and bring the right foot up on the left leg somewhere, just not on your knee. Maybe balance is not your friend today. Don't worry, it's not always mine. So you can keep that toe on the floor if you need to. Keep it high, keep it low, whatever you like. Bringing those palms into the chest, shoulders down. Really squeeze the glute of that left leg. And you can stay here, or you can take your arms up and open. And those shoulders down. And you can stay here, or you can take the gaze to the ceiling, or close your eyes for a moment. And then we're going to just free it up so you can move your hands wherever they need to. And you're just going to take your leg out in any direction you want. And then change. Boom. You can bend that knee, you can move your body, change. It's just about exploring that space. And you can change it up as often as you want. Kind of test your limits. Maybe take the leg behind you, bring your weight forward. Don't worry if you fall over or you go off balance. Just bring yourself back to your mountain pose and try again. Keep breathing, just have some fun. And then let's bring that leg out in front of us. And then hold it, hold it, hold it, and release. Great, let's take it on the other side. So planting that right leg, bringing that left leg up. And again, even if that's just a toe on the floor, that's totally fine. Maybe balance is better or worse on this side. Again, don't worry. Finding wherever you want your foot. Bringing those palms into the chest. And then if you want, arms up and open, shoulders down. And take the gaze to the ceiling if you like, or close your eyes for a moment. Really test your balancing skills this morning. And you can stay in your tree, or if you want to have a little play around, lengthening that leg in any direction, freeing those arms up, and then change. Hold the balance for a little while, and then change again. And just have some fun exploring, balancing, playing around, taking it behind you. Great. And then bringing the leg out in front. Doesn't matter how high or low it is. Holding, holding, holding. And then release. Great. Let's take a nice side angle stretch. So bringing yourself into your warrior two. Again, I'll mirror you. So let's do the right leg first. Bending that right knee, 90-degree angle. Pressing that left foot into the floor. Arms long, gaze towards the right fingertips. And then lengthen out, reach towards that right side, and then stretching over. You've got some choices. You can keep the forearm on the leg, bring it down, or you can take it underneath and round into a bind. And you can keep that knee bent, or you can straighten it up, whatever you want. If you're in a bind, just releasing that bind and coming back into your side angle for a second. And then let's fire up in that right leg and cartwheel those arms around. Flip the feet and just take it on the other side. So this time left knee nice and 90-degree bend, stretching out that right leg, pressing that right foot into the floor. Arms nice and long, gaze towards the left fingertips. And then reach, reach, reach towards the left side. And reach and lengthen over. Again, drawing that shoulder away from the ear. You can keep the forearm on the leg or take it alongside it. Or you can wrap under and over for the bind. And again, if you are in the bind, just releasing that and stretching back out into your side angle for a moment. Great. And then bringing those arms around. Beautiful. Let's do a nice wide leg and fold. So nice wide legs, bringing those toes slightly in towards each other. Looking your bum underneath your torso, arms nice and long, shoulders down. Reaching forward, lengthening that spine, lengthening the neck. And then releasing. You can keep the legs bent, so don't worry about trying to get a straight leg if that doesn't feel comfortable. We're just going to take the hands behind the ankles and just, again, give that head a nod. Make sure you're not holding any tension in your neck. And just with each out breath, just see if you can lengthen those legs just a little bit. Again, try squeezing the glutes, your bum muscles, to see what difference that makes. Releasing the hands from the feet, bringing them behind you, interlace the fingers. See if you can bring the palms together, stretch and lengthen the arms. Nice. Releasing the hands, nice deep bend in the knees. And then just bring yourself up again through that spine, allowing the head to be the last thing. Great. Then we're going to sink down into a nice squat. So bringing those legs in a little bit, the feet rather, and just sitting into your squat position. So ideally you're looking to have your heels on the floor. If they don't reach the floor, don't worry. You can just roll up the edge of your mat and sit your heels underneath for a bit of support, or you can use a jumper. Either way, in whichever position you're in, with or without the mat, pressing those elbows on the inside, pushing those legs out, bringing the palms of the hands together in like a prayer pose. Squeeze the glutes, lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck. Enjoy that squat. Really good pose for relieving any lower back pain. It's the position we should always bend in, as opposed to doing the hinge. Always better to sit down into a squat to pick something up. Beautiful. And from here, let's walk out into a plank position. And actually you can bring your elbows down. And if this is too much, you can bring your knees down as well, yeah? Don't feel like you have to do this plank. If you don't want the knees, you can bring those knees up. Bring that weight slightly forward, squeeze those glutes. Creating like a little triangle with your elbows and your hands. Squeeze the glutes. And just see if you can raise one leg off the floor. And then put it back down. And then the other leg. And then put it back down. I'm just going to sit those knees down. Lengthen the forearms, putting the hands flat on the floor, and then sinking back. So it's almost as if you're trying to get your chest on the floor. You're melting hard. Lifting your chin up. You're just sort of stretching out, even if you're nowhere near and you can only get so far, that's fine. But just having that sense of your heart melting into the floor. Nice. Bringing those hips forward just to sit into either a little cobra. So just bringing the chest up a little bit, squeezing the glutes, or if that's too much, just a Sphinx pose, bringing the elbows down, pressing those hands into the floor, and just lifting that head slightly, opening that chest. Or maybe you really want to stretch back into an up dog. You can. Either way, squeezing those glutes to take the pressure off the lower back. And then let's sit back into a prayer pose. Sitting back onto your heels, trying to get your bum in contact with those feet. Lengthening the arms, lifting them up off the mat. So it's just your fingertips and your forehead. Great. And then bring yourself flat onto your belly. We're just going to go with all of our limbs. So you're bringing the arms forward. And we're just going to stretch, reach out the arms, reach out the legs, lift the forehead off the floor as well, opening that chest, almost as if you're skydiving. And keep breathing in this position. And then release. You can just bring your forehead on the floor, give the hips a little shake from side to side. We're going to go for that again. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the legs, and then lifting all those limbs up. Skydiving. Opening that chest. Keep breathing. Beautiful. And then release. Again, sitting back, this time either in a prayer or in a child's pose. Bringing those arms beside you. Lovely. Bring yourself onto your bum. Just going to stretch out one of our legs. Doesn't matter which one. And then bring in the other one. Again, it doesn't really matter where this foot is. You can have it as close into your body as you can or further away. You'll kind of see which works best for you in this pose. You're bringing the opposite hand on the ankle, and then you're reaching and stretching over towards that leg, the leg that's long. Now don't worry if you're only up here, that's fine. The idea of this hand on the ankle is you can use that as an anchor. And you're just allowing gravity to assist you in this stretch. If you can grab your toe, you can use that as an extra anchor. Nice. And then changing over to the other side. So lengthen the other leg, bringing the foot again where you think it works best for you. Grabbing that ankle and then stretching over into that side. Really breathing into that rib cage. Right, coming up. Nice wide leg, or as wide as is comfortable. Ideally, you want to keep your legs nice and straight. So if that means bringing your knees in closer together, then do that. And we're just going to reach those arms up and then reach and lengthen forward. Using these hands on the floor if you need, using the elbows if you can get further. Thinking about rotating those knees back. You're not letting them roll forward, but you're really rotating, working those hips. And you can round that spine, let the head hang, and just again allowing gravity to do the work here. You're just breathing into that tightness. You're not forcing or bouncing, you're just relaxing into it as much as possible. Nice. Bring yourself in. Just giving those Legs a little squeeze, just hugging your knees in. I'm just going to take a little fire log. So I'll mirror you. So stacking the right leg on top of the left. If that feels too uncomfortable, especially on the knees, just sit in a cross-leg position, bringing the right foot in front of the left. So you either right foot stacked or right foot in front of the left. And again, what we're going to do is just relax over. You should feel that in your hips. You'll just again relax that head. Using the hands or the elbows, wherever that is. Maybe that's just up here for you, and that's again totally fine. Just enjoy that stretch in the back of the legs into those hips. Bringing yourself up. Let's just take a little twist. Let's take the right hand behind, left hand coming up and over. So we're twisting around to the right. Inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, just twisting around. Just slightly, not forcing it. Not forcing it too much. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, just slight twist. Great. Release. Let's change over to the side. So either stacking the left leg on top of the right or bringing that left leg in front. Same thing. Just relaxing over as much as you can. Again, don't worry if you know any of the floor. You're just using that hands or using the elbows. Just see if you can relax the head. And breathe into that position. Nice. Bringing yourself up, let's just take that twist to the left. So left hand behind you, right hand coming up and over. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, just a slight twist. Really good. Releasing that. Let's take yourself down onto your back. We'll just do one little bridge. So just bringing your feet on the floor, your knees to the ceiling, hands flat on the floor to support you, neck nice and long, and then just raise those hips up off the floor. Squeeze the glutes, press the feet into the floor so you can raise them a little bit higher. Draw your belly button into your spine. Beautiful. And then release. Let's bring the knees up. Clasp those feet, happy baby. Allow those hips to open. You're just taking the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. Nice. And we'll just take a final twist. So bringing those knees in, you've got two options. You can just take the knees to the left, the gaze to the right. If you want to intensify the stretch, you can do a little eagle pose legs. So you're just stacking the right on the left and then taking it over. Intensifies it a little bit. And then over to the side, so just undoing that bind. And then taking the legs over to the right, gaze to the left. And just again, if you're doing that twist, you're stacking that left over the right. Beautiful. Bring those knees in. And just squeeze everything together. So tucking the chin into the knees and squeeze, clasping the elbows. It's a tight little ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release. You can release into your final pose of Shavasana, or your corpse pose. And just let the floor do all the work now. So just releasing everything. Sinking, melting into the floor. Letting everything go. You worked really hard this morning, and well done. Now just enjoy these few minutes of relaxation. And I'll just read a little quote I wrote a while ago. Go with the flow. Take each moment as it comes. Smile at yourself in the morning, even if you don't feel like it. When you feel low, close your eyes and breathe. Tell yourself you'll be okay and that you are beautiful, loving and strong, because you are. And when you're ready, start to bring some awareness back into your body. Give the fingers and the toes a little wriggle. Maybe take your hands above your head, give yourself a big stretch. And then in your own time, just allow yourself to go over to one side. And slowly bring yourself into a comfortable seated position. Let's together inhale, take our arms up towards the ceiling. Bring the palms together. Exhale, bring them down to your heart center. And again, inhaling the arms up. Palms together. Exhale, bring them down to your heart center. And one more time, inhaling the arms up. Arms together. Exhale, let them rest at your heart center. And we'll close our class on 3 Oms, followed by Shanti. Inhaling through the nose. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace to our thoughts, peace to our hearts, and peace to the earth. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining me this morning. Well done for coming onto your mat, taking this time for yourself. If you are able to donate for this morning's class, you can do that via the website, which is www.yogawithmariagray.com. You can see at the top of the page. And you can also join the mailing list there, and you'll get info on upcoming classes. We have meditation Monday at 10 o'clock. It's about a 15-minute session. We do a bit of massage, facial massage, eye exercises, and then followed by a short guided meditation, set you up for the week. So I wish you a lovely weekend, and I look forward to seeing you at another class soon. Take care. Namaste.